Thanks everybody for joining the call. This is Jack, and today we have a special guest. Before I start, I kind of want to know who's interested to learn more about 20 great niches. Niches you definitely want to explore, that you need to be aware, that they not kind of exist. You probably know they exist, but they are not maybe in front of you. You didn't think about it or you didn't know how to prospect them. So today we have a special guest, and his name is, do you guys know his name? Jeff Smith. So Jeff Smith is actually specialized in those 20 niches, and he's willing to share with you guys, you know, first he explains why those niches are that good, and then he's going to explain how to prospect them. Everybody okay with that? So let me bring Jeff live on the call. Hi Jeff, do you hear me?
Hey Jack, how you doing?
Good. Thanks
I can hear
for
you very well.
taking time of your Sunday, and because we have Sunday, we have a webinar, and I didn't want to miss this. So if you want, you can take over the screen and explain why those 20 niches are the ones which are that great.
Excellent. Jack, if you want to make me presenter and organizer so I can see the questions as we go through too, because I want to make sure I answer all of them.
Okay, let me make you present. You want presenter or organizer?
I think both. That way I can see the questions when they come up.
Okay. You are organizer now, and you can take the screen. I can make you presenter. You just accept.
All right. Let me know when you can see me, and make sure everybody can hear me. Hey Larry. Jerry, okay, everybody can see me and hear me. Fantastic. Well, I'm very appreciative of being here tonight. Jack's guest. I've known Jack now, I guess, probably about 3 years, and I know he's doing great and doing well by everybody. And he's come a long way in this business. So it was interesting hearing a little bit of the background there in the last few minutes, listening to him. But I appreciate you being here this evening, and I am going to show you exactly what the top 20 niches I think are the most lucrative local niches on the planet. And I say the planet, and I heard Jack talking to a lot of people from outside of the U.S., because you're going to hear tonight why I consider these to be the most lucrative anywhere, actually, around the world. So pay attention. I'm going to try to get this all done in the next hour. I know it's going to bleed over into that, past that probably. I will address your questions towards the end, because I've got so much. I want to make sure I get all this across to you. So I am going to provide a lot of content and training tonight about these niches. Before we get started, I'd like to do a little test, because I know Jack lives down in Florida. I live in Georgia on Lake Lanier, and I actually have DSL, if you can believe that. I don't have broadband. I live on a street that has 5 houses on it, so I have about less than half a megabit upload and about little less than 3 megabits download, so I have to test. Yep, everybody's saying, oh my God, DSL, yep, no one believed that was still here. I used to work for Bell South, now AT&T actually, they bought Bell South. So can everybody see my, well, Arlene says she has DSL as well. Everybody sees the dream slide, right? Jerry says, yep, okay. Now I'm going to move. Now tell me when you see the money slide. Put money in there. Yep, okay. All right, so it looks like it's maybe 3 or 4 seconds. I always like to test, so to make sure I don't jump ahead too fast when I'm doing this, because I've got a lot to share with you here. So, all right, so it lets me know 3 or 4 seconds is the delay, so that's good. So let's jump into that. So here are the questions that I want to answer for you tonight. What is the most lucrative local market for your business? Now, the 20 niches are the sub-niches inside of this market. And I'm going to show you exactly what those 20 are, but I want to talk to you about why this particular segment of the local market is one that you should be focusing in if you're not already. I'm going to talk to you about how I can get instant credibility even if I have no customers. Now, I'm going to tell you my story. I started as a newbie 4 years ago. I didn't have any customers. Now, I know you're all working with Jack, so you're probably far along in that respect, but if you just have joined Jack and maybe you don't have any customers, then I want you to understand how to get instant credibility even if you don't have them. What can I sell and how do I charge? I'm going to talk about this specifically in relation to this local marketing segment and these 20 niches. I know Jack's got a number of great products. I have several of them, and those are all things that you can sell. But I'm going to, how can I sell and how do I charge? Because this particular niche, or these 20 sub-niches, are ones that you can charge more for. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about how to charge. All right, how do I get past the gatekeeper? How do I get prospects to buy without selling? How do I use outsourcers to close more deals? And is there a proven system I can follow to do this and accomplish this in 90 days or less? All right, so if everybody likes those questions, just type yes for me. Okay, got yes, yes, okay, excellent. All right, well, let's jump into it. All right, so just so you know me, I know a couple of you guessed who I was, but let me give you a quick perspective on me. January 2011, right, a little more than about 4.5 years ago, I was a newbie, didn't know anything about this business. May of that year, I had my first client. It was a doctor, and I was charging $500 a month. I was doing local search and SEO because that's what I had learned. I had bought some courses on local search and SEO. That's what I was taught that you should charge, and so that's what I went out and did. October of that same year, I went to the local marketing summit. Actually, it was here in Georgia, and I got a wake-up call from someone who spoke at that meeting. And the wake-up call was that I wasn't charging enough, I wasn't positioning myself correctly, I was looking at the business in the wrong way. So I took that, I went back home, I tore up my plan, I developed a plan along the lines of what I'd learned at this meeting, at this conference. I went out and built a 6-figure business within 90 days, targeting the healthcare niche, the medical niche. Okay, and I was able to do that because I followed a system that I had learned at the conference, adapted it to my own plan, and went out and built a successful business by January. By June of the following year, I had decided to share this because I was new to this business. I saw that everybody was hungry for this kind of information, and I released Medical Marketing Mastery 1.0. Okay, that's been more than 3 years ago, a little more than 3 years ago. This past year, the revenue from my total, all my business enterprises, was over $500,000. Okay, so that's my path from newbie to success in the last 4 years. I hope that you have a similar story to tell, either today or into the future, into the near future. So just so you know who I am, that's me in the middle. I like to go sailing in the Caribbean. That's my dog, Roxy, my little co-pirate. She likes to drive my boat. This is my family. This is my back deck here at beautiful Lake Lanier, north of Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, and I hope that this lifestyle is yours already or it's waiting for you in the near future. just to show you, now I've been around now for 3 years, and I released Medical Marketing Mastery System, as I mentioned, 3 years ago. Here's a couple of posts in our Facebook group about Danielle Long, one of my Medical Marketing Mastery System members, and Raymond Smith, who actually is down in Florida. This is some pictures from his $1 million plus building that he built, that he sent to me. And I also wanted to let you know that Danielle had sold her business, which was influenced, the success of which was influenced by Medical Marketing Mastery System, sold it for 7 figures. Kind of retired from the local marketing business. So that's something we all aspire to, right? What are some of the keys to 7-figure success? Strategy. Here's 3 keys. Strategy, having the right strategy, the right system. Persistence, not giving up. I can't tell you the number of people that have become successful over time by simply persevering and being persistent. They overcame obstacles, they solved problems, they persisted, and they ended up winning. So I just want to share a couple of success stories there and some of the keys from talking to both Raymond and to Danielle. So let's talk about that market. So why the healthcare market? Because that's the big segment that I'm talking about, the global segment. The market size is roughly about 20% of the U.S. GDP, gross domestic product. Globally, it's about 10%. It varies from continent to continent, from area to area around the world, but it is a huge and significant percentage of any of the global economy everywhere around the world. It's got 15 of the top 20 professions and industries in terms of earners. I'm going to show you a slide here in just a moment to back that up. There's a lot of money spent marketing healthcare in all sectors. It's a big percentage of the market all over the world, and a lot of money is spent against it. We all see, if you're here in the U.S., I live obviously in the U.S., so I don't see a lot of television and advertising outside of the U.S. except when I travel. But I know here in the U.S., as you've all seen, a lot of money spent on drugs and promoting health care. We see it along the side of the road. We see it on the internet. We see it everywhere. Everybody's interested in either getting and becoming or staying more healthy or overcoming some sort of challenge related to their health. Now here in the U.S., the last couple of years, the healthcare law changes have forced a focus on a lot of different sectors of the healthcare market on patients, getting new patients, keeping the patients that they have, keeping them happy, and of course patient reputation. And for those of you familiar with Jesse James, a little story about him, someone asked him, this is obviously some time ago, asked him, why did you rob banks? He was a bank robber in the last century. And the reason was, he said, because that's where the money is. Well, that's where the money is in local marketing. It's in the healthcare market. Okay? And this is a global perspective. Talmadge says it was John Dillinger. Well, maybe they both said it. All right, so let me show you here. I want to open your mind to the idea of charging more and earning more money per client. Just to give you some perspective on $1 million business model. If you get 17 clients who are paying an average of $5,000 a month, that's $1 million a year. Now that's revenue. As Jack was just talking about, some companies have, profit margins that are as low as 10%, and some are even less in certain industries. But if you want $1 million in revenue, 17 clients, $500,000 a month will get it to you. 28 clients paying you $3,000 a month average will get that for you. Cut it to $1,000 a month, you got 84 clients. So if you are looking for a 7-figure business, you need to have a plan And you need to be able to get your mind around the idea of how you're going to get there and what it's going to take. Now, here's the top 20 highest paying jobs. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of them, but what you see down here at the bottom is that 15 of the top 20 niches are related to medical and dental. Okay, so they're in the healthcare profession. So this is why I say that the healthcare niche this is one of the reasons why I say that the healthcare niche is one of the most lucrative niches on the planet, if not the most lucrative. And if you look at the sub-niches, and I'm going to show you the 20 niches that I focus on in just a second, you'll understand why. All right, so these are the 20 niches that I recommend that you focus on when you start marketing to the healthcare market, not if. If you're going to be successful in local marketing, you have to include healthcare as a sector that you're going to focus on, because that's where the money is. All right, so general dentist, cosmetic dentist, pediatric dentist. You would think that maybe dentists focus on all of those aspects. They do not. They segment. Some are just interested in new patients and collecting money from insurance for general dentistry. The doctor, the dentist that I go to, that is their focus. They're not interested in teeth whitening. They're not orthodontists. Okay, so they're not really into cosmetic dentistry. There are other dentists that is their specialty, and then pediatric dentists focus on young kids and families. Ophthalmologist, optometrist, dermatologists, cosmetic surgeons, physicians that are focused on wellness, anti-aging clinics, drug rehabilitation, urgent care versus hospitals. Urgent care is kind of filling a market need that hospitals don't provide, or maybe are less able to provide. Heart and body scans, medical weight loss versus weight loss clinics. Pain clinics, chiropractors, those are two different things. Podiatrists, reproduction clinics, and assisted living for seniors. Big sector here in the United States and in other areas around the world where the populations are getting older. Okay, so those are the top 20 niches in the healthcare market. There are dozens more, but these are the top 20 that I think where you will find them the most receptive to either getting new patients, keeping or winning back the patients that they already have, getting them to spend more, and also focused on reputation, which is a key service that I like to provide. So here is my recommended business model to you. Position yourself as a specialist in multiple healthcare niches. You don't have to take on all 20. You need to look at the market where you're going to focus on, whether it's in your own home country, whether if you're outside the U.S. and focusing in the U.S., or you live here in the U.S., you're going to focus in your geographic area or somewhere around the country. Choosing the right niche, doing some research on that niche so that you understand what are the key market trends, what are the key issues, what are some background on, how many of those particular types of niches or people or practices exist in those particular niches in the market area that you're focused on. What are the issues they're dealing with? What are some of the trends in that market? What are the services that they focus on? Get clients who pay you more because their patients are worth more. We're going to talk more about that in just a second. Customer value. My suggestion, the way I've gotten successful, is by outsourcing 100% of the work. Use outsourcers for credibility. I know Jack's got a number of great services that you can use for that purpose. The key ingredient is to take action, immediate action on this, and you can make it happen within 3 months or less. If you're already focused on something and you make this a 6-month plan, you can do it. If you make it a 12-month plan, you can do it. You have to have the right strategy, have the right background, the right resources, but at some point you need to enter this market regardless of where you're focused around the world. All right, so let's talk about what clients really want, what services to sell, and how to make the most money. All right, so here's what they want. The thing that they want, I mentioned winning patients back, working on their reputation, getting them to spend more, but fundamentally, all of those 20 niches I talked about need to have a pipeline of new patients coming in. So the fundamental thing they want, the thing that I focus on, is getting new patients. They also want a simple way to measure success. They don't want reams of data. They don't want to become an expert in the particular service field that you're focused on. They want a simple way to measure success. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And fundamentally, they want to make more money than they spend. Okay? They want to make more money than from the business that you bring in, regardless of what you're doing, whether it's getting new patients or winning patients back or getting the patients to spend more. Whatever it is, they want to make more money from that endeavor than they're spending with you. And that becomes the simple way for you and they to measure success. What services can you sell? Anything. Anything that makes sense. I'm going to talk to you about a 3-step sales process here in just a moment that you can use to walk people through to understand what's driving their decisions and what problems they really have. And it really starts with your marketing funnel. We'll talk about that in just a second too. I threw up a slide here of the dentist website that's part of the local ThemeJack offer. This is something that you can sell in this marketplace. And I know Jack has a number of other themes as well as other services. There's no secret in terms of what they want. You have to have the right resources to outsource, or if you can do these services yourself and you can build a successful business doing it yourself, okay, more power to you. I told you I started out 4 years ago as a newbie. I've been in a lot of different businesses, a lot of industries, but I didn't really want to spend the time to become an SEO expert, so I outsourced that. Okay, but there's no restrictions on what you can sell. So whatever you're already currently focused on, you can take that and apply it to this marketplace. Okay, you don't have to change what you're selling. It's just who you're going after and how you're going about it. One of the things that I'll talk to you more about is direct mail. I think it's a key component. It's a key component of not only my marketing approach and how I go about prospecting, but it's also a service that you can sell into this market as well. If you don't believe me, believe what Dan Kennedy has to say about direct mail. All right, so let's talk about my 6-step niche marketing system. All right, everybody get ready to go through this. I'm going to walk you through it, talk to you about more in detail. This is the marketing system that I use to get into this niche and get past the gatekeeper and get people to make a decision. Then we're going to talk about the sales process, the 3-step sales process here in a second, which is number 6. So step number 1, well, this is the quick overview of the niche marketing funnel. Okay, you can take leads from services like Lead Finder Jack to identify. Once you've identified which of the niches you're going into, then you need to identify who your suspects are. Okay, suspects meaning you don't know if they're ready to buy When they respond to you, then they become prospects, and then hopefully you can move them all the way into a sale. There's a lot of talk going on, a lot of services out there about marketing funnels. I'm not here to talk to you about the details associated with this tonight. You've all probably learned a lot about marketing funnels, but you need one, and here's why. Step number one, position your credibility as a niche expert. Now I'm going to talk to you, I told you I was going to tell you how to achieve instant credibility. I'm going to talk more about that in just a few moments, but there's a number of ways that you can do it. You can use LinkedIn to establish yourself as a credible niche expert. You can get videos ranked on YouTube talking about your service that you can refer to show prospects that you know how to get videos ranked, that that's one of the services you're offering, or you can get a video about anything that you're offering, websites, whatever it may be, and refer prospects to that to establish that you're an expert focused on their particular niche. You can have ebooks. Everybody has probably heard a number of marketers talk about lead magnets and triggers. They're very useful in your marketing system. Okay, I'm going to talk to you more about a lead magnet and a trigger and all of that here in just a second, so stay tuned. So move to step two. So create an irresistible offer as a hook or lead magnet. What I like to do is take one of the services that I offer, and I use reputation as a lead. You can use mobile as a lead. You can use SEO. You can use pay-per-click. I know Jack is a pay-per-click expert. You can use Facebook. You can use a number of things and create a hook around that. I like to use things that are automated. 3 years ago, when I launched Medical Marketing Mastery System, I told everybody and showed them how to create a hook, a report using free services, but you had to do it manually. Well, the business has changed a lot since then. There are a number of automated services out there from which you can create very valuable reports with information specific to your prospect or specific to your industry. I like to call it competitive analysis. So create an irresistible offer as a hook, and what you're looking for is in your marketing system, in your marketing funnel, you want to talk about problems and trends that you've identified that are relative to that specific sub-niche, one of those 20 niches. You've done some homework on those niches, so you know what the trends are, you know what problems they have, you know what the marketing issues are, you know some of the standard marketing suggestions or strategies that people are offering into those niches. You talk about them and you promote a solution that solves a problem that you've identified for that particular niche. And what you're looking for when you're doing this promotion using email, using direct mail, using video, using social media, whatever you're good at, you have the resources for, you're promoting this hook that talks about a solution that you know that some segment of that particular sub-niche, one of those 20 sub-niches, is focused on, they identify with, and they're looking for a solution. Okay, you want them to self-select into your marketing funnel. So this is your self-select marketing campaign. Again, you can use video, you can use LinkedIn, direct mail, the $1 bill, lumpy mail letter, which I like to use. That's how I started out solving my problem back in November of 2011 using lumpy mail. Gary Halbert, I think, wrote the first dollar bill letter, and I adapted his letter to this particular niche. So there's a number of ways that you can set up a self-selecting marketing campaign. Okay, and this is what you have to do. Execute that as step number 3. And step number 4, you're going to use this marketing campaign and the hook that you've created to motivate prospects to call you. They self-select in order to get the hook. And why do they do this? Because they're very competitive. Okay, you're looking for people that identify that they already have a problem that they're trying to solve. They're in competition. They're very competitive against other doctors. Believe me, doctors, dentists are very competitive. Okay, they know they have a problem. They're not happy with the marketing results that they're achieving today. They simply need more business. I like to use an educational, non-sales offer. You know, I'm providing them with information. I'm using the law of reciprocity, Cialdini's law of reciprocity. You give them something, expecting nothing in return. We'll talk more about that in the 3-step sales system here in just a second. Okay, and if you're establishing your credibility as someone who's focused on their particular niche, then they're also going to like your niche expertise. So there are several different reasons why they would be motivated to call you. Step number 5 is that as part of your marketing funnel, I have what I like to call a warm call script. So one particular marketing funnel that uses the $1 direct mail letter, I tell them in the letter that I'm going to call them on a certain day and time. Typically Tuesdays or Thursdays. Most dentists and doctors don't work on Friday. They don't work on Saturday and Sunday. All right, so you really, and Mondays is not a good day. It's coming off the weekend. So Tuesday to Thursday, specific time. Best time is before, right after lunch. So I tell them I'm going to call them at a specific time. Now, a lumpy mail letter, using the $1 bill, for those of you who are maybe not familiar with that, 3D direct mail is another term for this. It's self-addressed, hand-addressed to the specific doctor or the CEO, the general manager, whoever is in charge and the decision maker of that entity. If it's a larger company like a hospital, it's aimed at the chief marketing officer, depending upon how large of an organization they are. There are a lot of dental offices that have corporate offices. About 20% of the dental market in the United States is now aggregated into corporate entities. Okay, so you have to know who you're dealing with. But you let them know you're going to call them at a set time. If you don't reach them, a lot of doctors' offices, you know, when you get into the first thing you're going to encounter is a voicemail system. You call a dentist's office, first thing they say, if you got emergency, hang up and dial 911. All right, obviously you don't have an emergency. The next thing they ask you, are you a current patient? You trying to schedule an appointment, or you want to talk to a nurse, talk to a doctor. So you're going to, in all likelihood, get a voicemail system. A voicemail. You're going to leave a voicemail, and you're going to tell them that I'm Jeff Smith. I sent you a private personal letter, a confidential letter. You should have gotten it yesterday. Please call me. Okay, the $1 mail letter, the lumpy mail, and there's a number of different forms of 3D mail out there. $1 letter is just one of them. I like to use the $1 letter because when you send that direct mail piece addressed to the target, the decision maker, okay, their gatekeeper is faced with a choice. If it's self-addressed to them, you got confidential on it, So chances are they're going to pass it straight to that decision maker because it has confidential on it. It's addressed to them. If they open it and look at the letter with the $1 bill on it, then they have a decision made. The letter's addressed to the decision maker, the doctor, the dentist, whoever it may be, and it has $1 on it, which has value. So the gatekeeper, are they going to take the $1 and stick it in their pocket? Are they going to throw it away? Or are they simply going to pass it forward to that individual? In all likelihood, they're going to pass it forward. And like I said, there's many other forms of 3D mail. I'll show you some. A lot of them are clever. The idea behind 3D or lumpy mail is that it's going to end up on the top of the stack of mail because it's lumpy or it's three-dimensional. People are curious about it. It's clever, so it ends up going directly to the decision maker. So you let them know you're going to follow up at a specific time. Maybe they'll be there to answer. Maybe they won't. You leave them a voicemail that follows up with the offer that you're making in the direct mail piece. You can do the same thing with email. Okay, you can certainly follow, if you have the email, you can also follow up with email to that specific individual as well. So that's step number 5 on how to get the prospects to call you back. And step number 6 is to use your trigger to set up the 3-step sales close. I like to use what I call a profitability or marketing audit. Okay, so I offer to them, what I like to offer is a reputation intelligence report, part of which is the search engine share of voice. It's 3 of their direct competitors that I've identified and 3 of their top markets that they compete in. And it has a lot of other information in it as well, which I'll show you in a few minutes. But I want them to sit down. I'm going to give them this report in return for sitting down or getting on the phone or getting on join.me, whatever form of contact you happen to have in relation to the market that you're selling to, and conduct a profitability or marketing audit. It's a great trigger. And then you're going to explain the hook. You're going to explain this report that you're offering to them. The law of reciprocity has value. You're giving it to them for simply continuing one step forward into the marketing funnel. And then you use the 3-step sales system to close them with no selling. Okay, you don't walk in there trying to sell. I'm going to show you the power of that in just a moment. So you can be in the website business. You can have, there are systems out there that will do website analysis. You can, of course, I know Jack has a system to help create mobile websites. So you can show them how their current website looks on the mobile platform, which is all important in today's marketplace. All right, so let's talk about how to close sales without selling. If you're a great salesperson and you love selling and you love pounding the pavement, pounding the phones, having conversations, you're willing to take 99 no's in order to get that yes, then you certainly, I think, are probably a very successful person. But I like to close sales without selling. We're all salespeople all the time anyway, but trying to sell yourself and sell something to someone is not necessarily a favorite thing to do for everybody. So how do you close sales without selling? Well, I have a 3-step sales system that I created specifically for local marketing business. The first step is to identify their pain. I'm going to show you how to do that. Second step is to illustrate, educate, and agitate their pain. And then step 3 is to solve their pain. So the first thing you want to do is to ask them questions. That is what I call the trigger. Okay, so I offered a hook or a lead magnet. That was the report. their reputation intelligence report. It could be a website analysis. It could be a review of their website on the mobile platform. It could be related to their visibility in search engines. It could be related to the amount of activity they have in social media. Whatever is related to the service that you offer. Could be related to video. Okay, you're going to establish and build a hook that relates to the services you have to solve problems. Then you're offering that hook, fishing for people that are competitive, they know they have a problem, they're looking for a solution, they're responsive because of that, because you're laying out the lead magnet out there. Then you're inviting them to take the next step, which is the trigger, which is to do what I call a profitability or marketing audit. And that is simply a questionnaire. It's a list of questions that I developed to get them talking about their business so that you understand what their pain is. How are they doing in relation to their competition? How's their practice performing? What's their profitability? Is it getting better or getting worse? How has their marketing performed? What's the return on the investment of their marketing? How are they measuring it? How's their staff performing? Okay, some very simple, straightforward questions that you can ask them and get them talking about their business. It's extremely powerful because you're not trying to sell them anything. You're trying to understand and identify their pain and see if, in fact, you have a solution that can solve their pain. But step number 2 is this is where you explain the hook, explain the reputation intelligence report, explain the website analysis, explain the importance of mobile, pay-per-click, SEO, social, whatever. Okay? You're going to use it to illustrate that. You're going to use that report or whatever you prepared for them to illustrate the nature of their problem, to educate them about their problem, and agitate them about their pain, to get them to motivated. That's what I mean by agitate. Motivate them to look for a solution. Okay, to move forward in the marketing funnel looking for a solution. Obviously, you want them to look for it from you, but you have to move them from simply looking for a solution to wanting to purchase a solution from you. And that becomes step number 3, solving their pain. All right, so the marketing audit. Here are the 10 most common findings that I have found over the last 3 years of doing this, and also talking and working with other people as well. A lot of these practices have insufficient knowledge about their customers. They don't have any market segmentation. A lot of them don't really have any marketing planning. You know, marketing is kind of something that they assign to people who already have a full-time job on their staff. A lot of them think about cutting price versus increasing value when they're, when they're planning what it is that whatever their plan is, or the level of planning. Because something you have to understand about doctors and dentists, there's no marketing training when they're going to school. They go to school for a long time, some longer than others. There's a lot of time there that they spend preparing to go into business as a practitioner. None of it is related to marketing. None of it. A lot of times there's a misunderstanding about competitive strengths and weaknesses. A lot of them think that their competition is somebody that maybe they know personally, or maybe they have some sort of history with, maybe they work for them, they don't like them or whatever. But when you actually dig into it on the internet and look at how people are performing in social, mobile, SEO, pay-per-click, etc., they don't really know who their competition is. A lot of them have a very narrow, short-term view of advertising and promotion. They view marketing as only advertising or sales. Sometimes they have an incompatible organizational structure with marketing strategy. They don't necessarily have staff who are focused or trained to support what their goals and objectives are. Okay, so these are some of the common findings that you'll hear when you're talking and interviewing people and taking them through the marketing audit. Step number two, remember, step number two is to illustrate, educate, and agitate them to take a step forward to solve their problem. Okay, you got to get them off of, doctors, dentists are very analytical. That's a big part. That's how they were able to get through school. That's how they were able to have the background. That's how they think. They can be very analytical, very research-oriented. You want to gather all the facts. You have to move them from that stage into the decision stage to solve their problem. You got to agitate them about their situation. I find and found, that a lot of the, as I mentioned, these people in these niches, there's a lot of money there. A lot of money is being spent. They're not experts about it. They weren't trained on it, so you have to educate them somewhat so that they're good consumers of your solution. So you want to fashion something, what I call competitive analysis, fashion something about their particular business that relates to the solution that you're offering in the marketplace. Local and SEO comparison, website comparison, show how their website is performing in relation to their competition that you've identified on the internet. Mobile ready comparison, social media, reputation analysis, video marketing, business listings, the list goes on and on. Okay, and now today you don't have to necessarily do it manually. There are systems out there, there are services that that will automatically give you, with very little minimal effort on your part, automatically provide you with very powerful reports that can be very valuable, should be very valuable to the people that you're talking with. Now let me show you not what some people that are using this solution have used it, what they have to say about this three-step system, and the idea of starting with asking questions, step number one, identifying the problem or their pain. Step number two, using competitive analysis to illustrate, educate, and agitate them before moving to step three. Jeffrey Howard. This is a post, or actually maybe this was an email that he sent to me. He's talking about the power of competitive analysis. Okay. He says here there's something about potential clients seeing their competitors beating them up, and he's talking about local and SEO here, rankings and traffic that triggers a got-to-take action response. That's the agitation. Agitation to take action. Rick Crocker. Okay, he had a meeting set up. Now this was a long-distance meeting. Rick lives in South Carolina. This was somewhere in the middle of the country. Plastic surgeon, very prominent plastic surgeon. Rick started out by simply talking about asking him questions about his practice to learn more about it. He didn't try to sell him anything. And this prospect was very standoffish, as you can read here, when he first got going. But that melted away when he understood that Rick wasn't going to just try to sell him something. If he couldn't understand, if all of his problems were solved and he didn't really want to talk about his business, he didn't have any problems, then thank you for your time. I'm going to hang up. And that turned around the entire meeting. Mickey Bates. This was a Facebook post. He's talking about step one, the audit, did with a 7-location prospect. When our meeting was coming to a close, his prospect said, I just want you to know that in all my years of business, I have never been so impressed. I've been wondering all week what you're going to try and sell me, and you came in here today and did nothing but ask about my needs and my business needs. As a result, I'm pretty confident we're going to be doing business together in the near future and hopefully on a long-term basis. He didn't go in there trying to sell him anything. He went in there asking questions. He started with step one. Very powerful impact. Now, step number 3, solving their pain. I told you that I was going to tell you, explain to you how to get instant credibility. Okay, now listen up. Take notes. I'm going to walk you through the story. When I told you when I first got going, my first prospect, after I bought some courses on local and SEO and social media, this was back in 2011, I quickly decided, hey, I do not want to try to be an expert in doing this. I want to find experts to do it for me. So I focused on finding outsourcing resources to do the job for me. The outsourcing resources that I found had been in business since 1995 and 1996, and they literally had, over that time period, done business with thousands of customers around the world. So I knew I was going to get this question. My knees were shaking, just like each of you that faces this today or has faced it recently. I wasn't sure what to do about it. I went to my first meeting, that first doctor that I told you about, I got for $500 a month. I went in there and talked to them. Now, I didn't have the audit at that point, but I just asked them questions. And when we got to the solution part, they said to me, what do you think? They said, Jeff, who have you done this for before? Who are your references? Here's what was my answer, so pay close attention. Remember, I had outsourcing resources that have been in business since 95 and 96. There were two different separate ones. They had thousands of satisfied clients over that time frame. So my answer to them was this, and I'd already asked these sources, hey, can I use some of your customers as references? Well, the answer was no. We're purely a white label service. We can't give you any references. We don't tell anyone who our customers are. But I had met with the principals of both these companies, and so I knew they were credible. What they were telling me was the truth. So my answer to this question was this. All of our customers are under NDA. I said our customers, okay, because any customer that I got and all the customers that my two resources had were under effectively NDA, non-disclosure agreements. You're not going to want any of your competitors to know what you're doing or that you're doing it with us, and you're not going to see your name or your name of your business or anybody else on our website. I didn't have any customers, so I couldn't put anybody's name on there, and my resources couldn't provide them, so I didn't have anybody to put, but I just changed the positioning of that. We're not going to put them on there. And if they look out there and you look today at some of the competition out there, you will see people referencing clients on their website. But I simply said we don't do that. Okay, we're not going to put your name out there either, and you don't want your name. That's first thing. Second thing is collectively, meaning me and my resources, collectively my partners and I look at these resources as my partners, collectively we have satisfied thousands of clients over the last, at that point in time, 2011 to 85, so you're talking about 15, 11, 26 years, right? So collectively, over the past 26 years, I chose the 85 partner, we've satisfied thousands of clients all over the world. Okay? So everybody's under NDA. You're going to be under NDA too. That's the way we do business. But I can tell you that collectively we've been in business since 1985, and we've satisfied clients all over the world. If that's not enough for you, then we can just end our meeting here. That had to be enough for them because I didn't have anything else. But it's all in your positioning, okay? And everything that I just said and I've just recounted to you was all true. These people had been in business. They had thousands of clients, and I was partnered with them. They were going to do the work, not me. They were the experts in this particular type of business, the services I was offering. So everything was true. It's all in how it was positioned to the prospects. So that's the way that you can achieve instant credibility if you don't already have customers. Okay? All right, so Mary Teresa says, brilliant answer. It works instantly. Just practice it. Get your resources so you can, when you say it, it's true. Say it with conviction and say it with commitment because it's all true. All right? And one of the last question that I told you I would answer tonight is there a system that I can follow to accomplish this in 90 days or less if I'm ready to take action today? If it's 6 months or 12 months down the line because you're already doing something else, that's okay too. But I can also show you how to get it done in 90 days or less. And that is Medical Marketing Mastery System 2.0. It's a complete business and marketing system, from planning to referrals. This is not just a tactic. I've talked to you about a number of components of the Medical Marketing Mastery System, but that's not all. Okay, I go into more detail about why the healthcare market and all over the world, not just in the United States, but around the globe. I talk to you about the right mindset. Remember, I started out selling to doctors at $500 a month. I ended up having to fire those clients, and I talk in here about which customers to fire. I ended up firing those customers because when I came back from the October meeting, realized I had the wrong strategy. I was positioned wrong with them. There's no way to go back and ask them to spend more money for the same thing that I was already offering because I started off with the wrong strategy. So I want to talk to you about the right mindset so that you can basically allow yourself to charge more. I talked to you about solopreneur versus partner, the pros and cons of each. Some of you are working from overseas, so you're on a different timetable. Maybe you're selling into the U.S., you're in a different timetable from the normal workday here in the U.S., so partnering with somebody here in the U.S. can work. Some of you still have jobs. You're doing this part-time. Partnering with somebody could be the right solution. Okay, talk about the pros and cons. How to plan for success, whether it's on the back of a napkin or a 40-page document. I've got templates for both. What are the key elements of a successful plan? And I provide, as you can see here, a lot of training relative to what those elements are, but you still have to decide what you're going to do. You got to answer all the common questions. Who are you going to target? Where are you going to target them? What are you going to sell them? What are you going to charge for it? Who's going to do the work? Okay, and when are you going to get started? Are you going to get started tomorrow, tonight? Are you going to get started in a month or 3 months or 6 months or 12 months? I provide you with customer value calculator. Okay, remember how important it is to figure out what the ideal customer is worth in a particular market segment. Are they worth $1,000 a year? Is it worth $30 copay per transaction and they have 12 transactions a year? Is it worth $10,000 or $50,000 or $200,000? Okay, it's very important to ask those questions during the profitability or marketing audit and to come up with what the value of the ideal customer that they want you to help them with is worth, because you're going to remember what I said, they want a simple way of measuring success. So if their customer is worth $1,000 and they're spending $2,000 with you, then you need to generate $2,000 a month with you. Then you have to generate at least 2 customers to break even, maybe based upon their profit, it's 5 customers, or whatever their profit margin is. Okay, that's the simple way of measuring success, because what did they want? What was the third thing they want? They want to make more money than they spend with you. Okay, so that is the simple way of getting to whether or not what you're doing is providing a positive return on investment, or ROI, and making them more money than they're spending. Who to market to? Okay, one of the things I do is I get into remember I told you that you've got 20 different niches there. Okay, so I provide you with extensive background information on all 20 niches. Background statistics, where I've got global information, I provide that as well. As we find more information, my research team, will input that over time. Why these particular niches buy? What are the marketing trends? What are the issues that they have? What are some of the services that they sell? Some of the information about that. So that when you're preparing your marketing funnel, when you're talking to them, when you're asking them questions in the marketing audit, you've got some background to rely on so that you sound like you are, in fact, and can be, a specialist in their niche. What services to sell? Okay, I don't recommend any specific thing, but I do talk about a variety of different services and some key things to think about when you're planning, if you're going to offer them into this marketplace. How to price to make more money. You price to value. Remember, the question I just said that you have to uncover is, what are their customers worth? What is the lifetime value? What's the annual value? How do they measure value of their customers? You don't have to search around in the dark for this. You just have to ask them the right questions to get them to talk about it, or if need be, help them to understand what it is. And you're going to price to that. If their customers are worth $10,000 each, why are you worried about charging $1,000 instead of $500 for what you're offering? Okay. How to market, the 6-step niche marketing system. How to close sales, the 3-step sell without selling system that I just walked you through. How to outsource, how to service after the sale, how to retain your customers, which customers to fire, upselling your customers, and getting referrals from your customers. So these are all the major sectors or segments of this training. Include the extensive background on all 20 niches. Here's an example, a couple of the pages from inside the service. I have a step-by-step blueprint system, a 51-page training manual. You get a lifetime value calculator. There's how-to videos. I've got over 250 web pages on this website, and there are hundreds of document pages and videos in this system. Okay. The step-by-step blueprint system. I talked to you about how to offer 3D mail. Not only, I'm going to show you something here, not only do I provide you with the templates that you can use to prospect to get new customers, but also how to offer this service to your customers for new patient acquisition, lost patient renewal. How to offer postcards for new patient acquisition, lost patient renewal, service upsells. Make this a new service that you can offer to this market niche. Websites. Local Theme Jack that Jack offers, all 20 niches. He's working on an offer for you, a package to cover all 20 of these niches, 20 credits for $97. We talked about it today. I know he's working on it, so he should make that available to you. I put Lead Theme Jack, but it's actually Local Theme Jack. All right. Get doctors to call you. 34-page marketing strategy manual, 8 marketing templates, scripts, and tools. I talked to you about the $1 direct lumpy mail template, warm callback script, 3 client acquisition email templates. I got videos on this. How to market to prospects who want you. Again, using the law of reciprocity we talked about, the role of lead magnets for all services, where to find automated lead magnets, the role of triggers, the marketing strategy and tactics related to 3D direct mail, cold email to these prospects, and also how to use LinkedIn. Great source of getting leads if you know how to use LinkedIn for this purpose. And the benefit of all this is going to be show you the best way to get past the gatekeeper, how to engage the decision maker directly, and ultimately close more sales faster for more money. Of course, you got my 3-step sales without selling method. Interviewing them to identify their pain using the marketing audit or profitability audit. Agitate, illustrate, educate their pain using your competitive analysis that you've developed for whatever service that you're offering. Ultimately then solving their pain. Got videos as well as training manuals on this. Got some NLP persuasion training, neuro-linguistic programming. You know, what words to use when you're talking to them. Ultimately, helping you get past the gatekeeper and getting unstuck to take action. There's also 35 advanced acceleration manuals, guides, templates, how-to videos, including establishing your credibility, advanced closing techniques, more lumpy mail letters, using ROI to manage client expectations. We talked about that, customer value and ROI. Overcoming common objections, setting client expectations, and advanced client prospecting techniques. I've got a 1,000+ member local CEO mastermind Facebook group. A lot of people have those. You'll have access to that. Now let me show you some of the reviews and comments that I've gotten from marketers who've used the system. Danielle Long I talked about. She already had an existing business. But when she got Medical Marketing Mastery, then she realized that she wasn't charging enough money. She increased her business by $174,000 a year in just 4.5 weeks. Okay, she landed more new clients, charging them more money for the same services that she was already offering. Julian Discounters. He earned $27,000 in just 75 days using the system. He transformed his whole business model into a 6-figure business empire. Oksana Irwin got her first client payday in 2 years. She'd never had a client before. $35,000 a year. Larry Galvez finally started making money. It was from Analogous, $1,200 setup and $900 a month for 6 months to start. Okay, he had a $7,200 payday using this system. Rose Antonio, first client, $60,000. Then she got another doctor for $3,000 a month. Rick Crocker, his first client, $20,000. Lance Brown, he's an engineer by training. He's halfway to heaven in terms of what he wants to accomplish. I've got tons of buyer reviews about this course. I don't have time to go into all of them because we're already past our hour, but there's tons of them. Okay. I've also got reviews from actual doctors. Dr. Mark Smith, he's a general surgeon in Texas. Malcolm Dayton, licensed psychotherapist. Okay, and remember Danielle Long, and there may be others. These happen to be 2 that communicated with me and told me about their success that they've accomplished. But this could be you, okay, because this is the right sector to focus at least part of your business on. Wherever you are in the world, you should be focused on the healthcare market one or more of the 20 niches that I showed you, using a successful system to accomplish it. All right, and here's the offer. Medical Marketing Mastery 2.0, all of these sectors, everything that I've just walked you through. It's a $1997 value because now it's Medical Marketing Mastery 2.0. Medical Marketing Mastery 1.0 I sold for $997. And that's the value of the 2.0 update to it is $1997. But tonight, through Jack, I'm offering for just $297. Okay, and this offer is good through Wednesday, July 29th at midnight. Just go to jefflink.co/JackMed, JACKMED. Okay, you can put www or HTTP in front of that. Let me see if I can. Put this into the chat and send it to everybody. All right, there we go. All right, but that's not all, because Jack asked me, he said, Jack, I want to have the best offer for my group. All right, so this is not the only offer. There is a fast action bonus for the first 50 people who purchase, and I'm only selling 100 of these because I get very involved making sure that you are moving forward and successful with this system. But I have a 90-day coaching system, 90-day success coaching system, daily emails from me for 90 days. I provide you with step-by-step instructions that walk you through the entire course, 250 pages, hundreds of document pages and videos. Okay? So you can do this on your own. You can, if you're already in business and maybe you already focused on healthcare and you want to go after dentist or ophthalmologist, you want to go after a particular segment, you can focus on the specific element of what you need in order to accomplish that. But if you need hand-holding, then you've got it from me with the Success Coaching System. I give you bonus tips and advice that's not in the system itself, because I'm talking about the particular element that I'm asking you to focus on for that particular day. Sometimes I give you 3 days to focus on if it takes a little bit more time. Okay, but it's a very systematic approach to success, and it's based on proven successes. Again, jefflink.co/JackMed. I'm going to give you a 3D mail dental marketing system. There's over 30 done-for-you 3D templates. This is something that you can sell to your dentist clients using 3D mail. New in town introductions for families with children, boomers and seniors. Okay, and then generic letters as well. Get new patients, lead generation, and current and past patient renewals. 30+ done-for-you 3D templates that you can just utilize and integrate with your particular dentist. First 50 buyers, fast action bonus. I'm going to give you a 3D mail lost patient recovery system. Okay, it's 3 to 4 steps there. The 3D mail templates, they're done for you. All you have to do is integrate them with the offer that your particular client wants to make in order to recover some lost patients. I also have, as a fast action bonus, a $1 trial for 30 days. Then it's $97 a month. This is optional. Okay, it's what I call the Healthcare Marketing Power Pack. Here's what's in it. Okay, the MyRep Manager Monthly Access. I talked to you about the automated reputation intelligence. I'm going to show you this in just a second. I'm going to show you the MyRep Manager report that I use for this purpose. Weekly and monthly training webinars. We have training almost every day of the week related to reputation intelligence. I'm going to give you 3 white label marketing tips reports that you can use for lead generation. Okay, or you can use them for client retention. These are just marketing tips related to general marketing topics focused in and around the healthcare market that you can use as lead magnets. You can use them as client retention tools. I'm also going to give you 3 different sets of 3D mail templates that cover all 20 niches. So each set has at least 20 different 3D mail templates in it, and I say at least because there's also some general templates in there as well that you can use for either lead generation for yourself or income generation by selling it to your clients. And over time, over the next year, you will be able to build a library of 800 plus templates using this. I've already got 2 months. I've got June and July in there. I've built up, and I just released August as well. So get access to all of that. It's $1. It's optional. If you're not into reputation marketing, maybe you still want it because you're going to get the marketing tip reports you can use for lead generation, or get the 3D mail templates that you can use for lead generation for your own business or income generation. If you need take a look at the Reputation Intelligence Report. I'm going to walk you through it here in a second. I think it's very valuable. It covers social media. It can cover websites. It covers share of voice or competition. And it covers their visibility in business directories and online, as well as reviews. So it covers a wide range of things. That's why I like to use it. Now let me just show you what it looks like very quickly. So this is a view of this. This is for Atlanta Plastic Surgery. They're here in Atlanta. It provides an overview, and this sort of gives them an overview of their business, the reviews, their mentions, their competition, their listing score. Provides them with an in-depth analysis of not only their presence in a variety of different business listing sites, business directories, as well as review sites and other citations. Everybody probably knows what the term citation means. Gives them an overall score, shows them where they've got some sort of problem, listing found with possible errors. So it kind of shows them where they are either found or not found, and whether it's accurate or not accurate. For instance, their listing in Yelp, accurate, listing found. City search, listing found with possible errors. Google plus local, listing found with possible errors. What does that represent? That represents money. Okay, the possibility of making money by solving this problem. Reviews shows them what their sources, their overall average rating is, where their reviews are coming from. You can also select the negative reviews, and it shows them what those reviews are and where they came from, and you can actually respond to those reviews from inside this service. They also can now generate reviews from their website by having a link to a site that's provided through this service. It also tracks their mentions in social media, their employee, whether it's videos or press releases or social media about their particular business using keywords, provides them with some statistics related to the social activity that they have in all these Facebook, Twitter, Foursquare, LinkedIn, and even employee Twitter accounts. You can set up, compose posts, and schedule posts through this service. And then it also, which I really like this part, gets into their competition, their search engine share of voice. You can pick top 3 markets where they're focused on getting their ideal customers from, and the top 3 competitors, and it shows the search engine share of voice for the last 30 days for those competitors. You can also track the social activity not only for them but also their top competitors as well. All right, so again, The fast action bonus for the first 50 buyers, this is over a $1,500 value. You get access as a fast action bonus, my 90-day success coaching system, if you need it. 2 fast action Q&A webinars. I've actually now made those monthly. I just did the first one yesterday. It's already up on the website. The next one is in August, or one a month. You also get access to the 3D Mail Dentist Marketing System, the 3D Mail Lost Patient Recovering System. Okay, all those are part of the fast action bonus. You get access to training webinar archives, and also there's 2 PLR ebooks that you can use as lead magnets. Okay, those are all part of the fast action bonus. If you want to try the Healthcare Marketing Power Pack, it's $1, it's optional, and there's a 30-day trial. You get to keep anything that you pull out of this during the 30-day trial if you decide not to keep it. But I think it's a tremendous value with the marketing tips reports that can be customized by your company and offered to your customers or to prospects as lead magnets, and also the 3D mail templates. Okay. Again, jefflink.co/JackMed. Offers good through Wednesday, July 29th at midnight. So now, here's your decision. Okay. Are you going to stay on the road that you're on today, or are you going to head down the road that I've offered you? I've shown you a number of people that have been successful with the system. Some have been more successful than others. I've been successful with it. So are you going to stay on the path you're on, or are you going to add this complete A to Z business as well as marketing system for just $297? Okay, so that is the end of my offer. I'm not a hard salesperson. I think this is a tremendous value. I think it's well worth $19.97. I've poured my heart and soul into this. It's very effective, and I hope that you decide to take advantage of it and use all the different variety of tremendous resources that Jack provides to you, as well as all the training. I see his training notices come out for every Sunday, and I was very happy to be here tonight to bring this to everyone, and I hope you got a tremendous benefit from it as well. And I hope you join Jack and I on the other side at jefflink.co/JackMed, just $297. So let me look at these questions and see what I can answer for everyone.
So
yeah, Jack, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You've been silent the entire time, so let me let you jump in.
So can I get some feedback, guys? How much you like the training? Is those medical niches, is that kind of an eye-opener, and put you on a new thought about which niches to target? I think dentist is a good niche. Still approachable, but you need a good marketing kit to provide them the service they need. So Jeff said a great niche. Will you guys already serve a dentist? So Arlene said, I'm meeting with my own dentist on Tuesday. This is very timely.
That is timely. We got 2 days. You got 1 day to get ready.
Look at them. I do, Hans. Yes, I know you do. And Hans, I think your deal was about $20,000 or something like that. Very high. But I saw it. Very high. So if I can share a little story, I think it's 4 or 5 years back now, when we just started a local business, and I saw my bank balance every month going lower. So I was very cautious about spending money. But my son needed a brace with the orthodontist. So he presented me a bill of 4,500. And then, I know I served already some other clients for AdWords, and I know at that time, and you guys know also, that Google Places, Google Plus, Google My Business listing is very important. So I brought that up and said, hey, I'm a local marketer, I serve many clients, and I'm sure I can bring you more business. How much is that worth to you if I show you on the first page of Google? And he was immediately in tune to that. So immediately we have an agreement that I didn't need to pay the 4,500 bill. So, and I know from other members that the dentist is very easy to barber, and they just don't have the time to do the internet marketing by themselves. And I know if you follow this training, you have seen that Jeff provides a lot of tools and ideas how you can approach a dentist, but also how you can serve them to get them new leads. So you buy in done for you package kind of biz. You just take what you like and want to use. Okay, so that is my part of it. If you have questions, Jeff is still here to answer them.
Yes. All right. So let's. I've got a ton of questions, and quite frankly, I don't really look at them very often during the presentation because I'm trying to focus and make sure I provide everything. Arlene says, you've convinced me to specialize in dentists and later chiropractors. Excellent. Hans, contact Jack, and we'll talk about that. Do you show what to sell and how to do it? Fraser asked. Yeah, let me show you the inside of Medical Marketing Mastery. All right, so this is the actual website. This is the business system training. Okay, here's the training webinars, I just uploaded the one today from yesterday. So each month we'll have those in here. And the Marketing Power Pack, for those of you who decide they want to access that, $1 trial. Here's June, July, and August I talked about. Here's your fast action bonus. Everybody, first 50 who win that, all your bonuses, all the lost patient recovery, the 3D mail, dentist marketing system, etc. So here, why healthcare market, the right mindset, etc., etc. Everything I talked to you about tonight is all here. Here's the who to market to. So, these are all the different. I'll pick up, medical weight loss here. So here's all the information, all the background information. Somebody asked, how often do I update this? Well, I update it. If you're part of the Marketing Power Pack, we got daily training just about every day of the week related to My Rep Manager and Reputation Intelligence. And we have also now the monthly training that I'll be doing as well. And as we find information about these various niches or sub-niches, we'll put that in there as well. And outsourcing resources, I just added Jack's websites here, or Local Theme Jack today. And, I've got outsourcing resources for a variety of different things that you can sell and where you can find the resources to do it. The Doctors Call You marketing system, here's all of that training, all the bonuses, etc. So this is the entire service point, 250 web pages, hundreds of document pages, and videos. All right. Is there an additional ongoing fee to generate the reports with the web score? Yes. Now this particular service, I showed you, it's $1.97 for each of these reports. okay? Because these reports actually are, this is the same as the ongoing monitoring, which is $25 a month. The snapshot reports are $1.97 each, and they are have the same information as the ongoing monitoring, but they only monitor for 7 days. Okay, so they're going to cover 7 days. They will gather information about your particular business for 7 days, and then it will basically stop gathering information. It'll still be there as a snapshot report, but you're going to get the decision out of somebody pretty quickly. This is my reputation manager, which you'll have access to as part of the Marketing Power Pack. And you have access here to all this training. We've got live weekly sales and product training webinars, marketing and sales collateral, training video library, video archives, then training about the snapshot, the perfect prospecting tool, and all the other different things I'm not going to go into. But you can, you can't see this unless you're actually a member of this. But as a Marketing Power Pack trial member, you'll get access to this. All right, let me put this back up. Let's see now if I can answer some more of these questions. Let me scroll back up. I know Jack has answered a number of them. Lending credibility from the vendor. Yes, that's exactly what I did, because I didn't have any credibility at that point in time. What other costs are involved? There's no other costs. It's $297 for everything I've just shown you. If you're one of the first 50 who purchases by sometime between now and midnight on Wednesday, the July 29th, you'll get access to all the fast action bonuses. You have the option of subscribing to the Marketing Power Pack, which includes my Rep Manager and everything else that I've shown you, but that's an option. Okay, let's see here. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we are 1 hour and 36 minutes on the call, so it's already pretty long. So yeah. I would like to thank you guys for staying that long on the call. I think that shows how interesting the topic was, and I want to thank Jeff for presenting this insight training about the medical niche. Think about it. Think twice, because I think dentist is a good niche, and do your benefit with it. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining, and as you know, Tuesday in 2 days we have another training. Thanks Jeff. Thanks everybody.
Thank you, Jack.